Hello guys and welcome to our first lab session for Applied Trig. Now, our first day was supposed to be last week. However, I wanted you guys to go through the lecture first, right? So that the timings would be correct since the lab would happen first before the lecture. So in this case, what I want is our lab lecture should be based on what you learned in your lecture part of Applied Trig. Okay. So before I start, I'd like to introduce myself. I am Cesar Paulo Donato. You may call me Sir Pado. Okay. I graduated in BSIMC, which is where you guys are studying in, right? Now, I graduated in 2020, so it's been a while. I've worked in Senshi Labs. If you know Lutong Bahay or Turtle Tales, now I have worked on them. I've fixed their bugs on it before they were able to show it. I've also worked in Manual Digital Studios. This one, not really that known, but if you know Sir Ian in Viniled, so he was my prof also, and the one who got me into their company. Now, for now, I am currently in working in Fujitsu as a application system engineer, or it's a software developer. So I've been teaching in Benilde since 2022. So it's been 2 years now. So, what to expect in this subject? So for me, I expect the students to know a bit of basic programming. So this programming will not be too complicated. It's not gonna be like Bass Pro 3 or 2 level. It should be easier to understand. So I'd also expect you guys to give some time to study the lessons. So I don't want you guys to come in not knowing anything at all. I'd like you guys to review what you have learned back in the lecture part, because what we'll be talking in the lab part is related to it. So as a precaution, have a second internet source just in case you guys run let's say your internet service provider loses their connection with you. It'll be best that you have another internet source. If not, you can always just watch our recording. And finally, have the following setup, which will be Discord and your Benilde email. So what to expect? Learn about trigonometry and its applications to games. So in this lab part, unlike the lecture should be teaching you about trigonometry, but in the lab part, what I want is for you to learn its applications in games. And also, some activities will be conducted in a programming environment. So don't worry, it won't be as complicated. So some of the topics tackled will have coordinate system, which is the XY, right? You have the distance and midpoint formulas. You have the trigonometric functions, sine, cosine, tangent. We even have the law of sines and cosines. We also have the unit circle, radians, triangles, and vectors. All right, so class management. This class will be fully online. None of it will be face-to-face. We'll always be meeting here in Discord. So lectures will again be recorded and released so students can watch. So many or all classes will be unsynchronized, and an online lecture or activity will be given each time we meet. So synchronized classes will be conducted via Discord. If you're not part of the Discord, make sure that you join. I will be posting the link as well, just in case. Now, Big Sky will be used for announcements in case that that we won't have class, or when our next lecture would be. So about the sessions. Students are not required to open their camera during lectures and live activities. So I don't want you guys to be hassled too much. It's gonna be at 1 p.m. and I don't want you guys to, feel hassled to open your camera. Don't worry. So please have your real name. Sorry. Don't mind this. This is regard the Zoom name. I also want you guys to have a working microphone so that you may ask questions, or you might ask questions for me and I could answer you guys. If not, sure, you can always just message in our Discord text channel. So usually the first 15 minutes of class is a open session where you can always ask questions about some things and I can help in to explain. It doesn't have to be about trigonometry. It could be about games, maybe how some stuff in trigonometry is used in games or how it is applied. So you can always ask those. So the structure will be for a 1.5-hour class, you have our 15 minutes open session. Then we'll have 45 minutes for lectures. You'll have time for some questions. We have some QA. Then finally, self-study. Or instead of having a lecture, we can have an activity right away. Then have a short session with our lecture, and then self-study. Now, feel free to ask for consultations. Don't be scared in asking. I'm always free to entertain any questions. If you want to ask a question, go ahead. If you want a consultation, go ahead. Just ask me. Okay? I won't bite. I won't get angry if you ask for any questions or consultations. I will always be there to answer it. So you can message me in Discord, whether in the group, in our channel, or you can message me personally. Now for our activities, there will be a spreadsheet for it. So you may look at them when lost in what is next in the class. For deliverables, please submit on time. It'll be all in Big Sky. It will show when is it due, so please do submit it in time. Follow instructions. Submit what is asked for. So if it's asking for a decimal until the second, please do it. Please show a answer until the second decimal. All right. So follow the instructions. And next, please do not cheat. It's easy to catch if people are cheating, because if your answers are wrong and it's in the until the second decimal, it could be very, very suspicious. So refrain from asking your classmates for answers to homeworks and exams. Why? Because you won't be able to learn. You won't be able to learn the lessons in trig. Okay. We want you to learn because trigonometry is very much useful in the game dev industry, especially for programmers, right? We apply trigonometry quite a lot in games, and the more you know trig, the more you can apply unique stuff, right? That's why better na you learn it and not just ask questions. Ask answers. So again, so deliverables will be submitted via Big Sky. Grade results. So grades will be updated and shown frequently. Students know exactly what their grades are throughout the terms, and so do not complain at the end of the term about having bad grades. So when the grades are starting to dip, pick it up. Okay? You'll see naman in Big Sky how your grades are. The calculation is there. You'll know exactly what to expect. So please do not message me like that you've been trying your best and all. Do try. If you did try your best, we could have seen results. But if not, uh, you'll see. Okay. Again, don't expect that it'll be it'll be raised or whatever. Do your best. So do not beg at the end of the term for special projects because none of it will be given at all. Artists versus programmers versus designers for trig. This subject makes no distinctions between artists, designers, or programmers. All students are expected to learn the material. Difficulty is scaled appropriately. Now, yes, programmers will need this course more than the two, but both still, all of you guys would actually use trigonometry, whether or not you're an artist or a designer, right? Especially designers. Designers can actually calculate, um, you can calculate stuff using trig that could help in balancing your game, right? So don't underestimate trig. Grading. Now, you just have quizzes. Right? You'll have multiple quizzes. You'll have activities, but the activities are not part of the grades. Whether you pass or fail your activities, it's not part of it. But all the quizzes are part of the grades for your lab. And the number of it will depend on the lecture part. So it's whether 4 or maybe 7. Okay. So we have no project here in the lab. So everything is just quizzes and activities. Passing grade for lab is 70%. Right. So be sure to pace yourself and do try to aim to pass. Now for absences, you may have reasons for it and I will accept it naman. You just have to tell me what happened. Ano meron? If you have a medical reason, do try to present a valid medical slip. But if not, at least show me some proof that you are there is something wrong, right? For bereavement, I would like a letter from the parents. It'll surely, at least I know that you are not lying. For varsity of club activity, again, I would like the letter from your coach or teacher to explain. For missed lessons, please look at the recordings to see what was tackled. Right? Everything will be recorded and it will be posted in Big Sky. Right. So that is actually it for our session. Again, I just wanted to explain what to expect. For the actual lesson, we will start by next week. Right. So again, I hope you guys would have fun here in Applied Trig. If not, at least I hope you learned something. You will learn something throughout the term. Okay, so I'll see you guys next week and stay safe always.